Hello everybody and welcome to a Twisted League video. I know I'm really late on this one. Now the reason I didn't end up playing Twisted League when it was released is I actually wasn't here for a few days, and at that point I kind of thought the hype might die or people would be over it. But for one, it hasn't. Twisted League has been a really huge success in my opinion. And secondly, I want to play it regardless, I don't really care too much. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start off with 10 hours of gameplay, and I just want to see how far I can make it. Playing totally casually. I really haven't been following Twisted League that much because I've been so sad I missed out on it. I've actually felt a palpable fear of missing out. It was actually stressing me out last week. So this is going to be a totally casual playthrough, but I do want to see how far I can make it in 10 hours. So yeah, here we go. We're on a brand new account. You start off with 15 agility, 3 herblore, and we have our very first big decision here. Now, I know that endless endurance is the most popular one, but I personally want to pick one of the other two just because I think it would be more fun. And I'm going to go with Dark Altar Devotion. I understand why people don't pick it, but it sounds pretty cool to me. Otherwise, I would go for Abyssal Accumulator. I'm not really sure exactly how I want to take this account yet because, like I said, I haven't actually done too much research on Twisted League, but I'm going to go with Dark Altar Devotion. So we're going to automatically bury any bones we get, and we're going to get 4 times the experience rate, as well as we're going to get more unsold heads and stuff like that. First relic locked in. Awesome. Okay, so what I want to start off by doing is trying out this new relic. I don't plan on doing Winter Talk right away, so I don't really mind getting a few combat levels. Okay, so we found some men and women. I guess we'll go ahead and attack them. So I'm pretty intrigued. So we're automatically going to bury any bone I get, and on top of that, we're going to get a 5 times multiplier and a 4 times multiplier, which is that going to be 20 times more than normal? A regular bone gives you, I think, 4.5 experience or 5 experience, and that gave us 90 experience from just a regular bone. That's insane. And once we move up to killing things for big bones or dragon bones, that is going to be giving us a ton of prayer experience. Now, one drawback to this relic is that it's kind of hard to get dragon bones, and you do actually kind of need them at one point, but we don't really need to worry about that yet. So I'm going to go ahead and kill a couple men, get a few levels up, get a few HP levels, and then we're going to go train our thieving. Well, I already got my very first task completed. Not that that's that much of an accomplishment, but it's actually prayer. Happened very quickly just from burying these bones automatically. Now, we decided to come over the chickens just because I figured that I would actually need the feathers relatively soon, and I think it's better to just kill them. And I was getting killed by the men, which is a little embarrassing. But there we go. There's our very first task complete. 10 points. We have 390 to go. Now, easy tasks are only worth 10. But you can get medium tasks done fairly easily by getting to level 40 in any skill or level 60 in any skill, among quite a few other things. So once we start getting our skills into the 40s, things are really going to start speeding up. So I'm going to stay here until I have 20 in attack, strength, and defense most likely. And then I'm going to go do a bit of thieving, and then after that we're going to do Client of Kourend. Because I can't run everywhere, I need to unlock more teleports or agility or something because Zaya is really big. Okay, so I collected about 1,000 feathers, and I think that's probably going to be enough for any foreseeable fishing I need to do. Most likely, I'm going to be going to maybe 60 fishing before I really start grinding it out. So yeah, for now, we'll go back to men. We already got 20 strength. We're just close to 20 attack, and then we'll get 20 defense. Notably, we're already up to 30 prayer in about half an hour of game time, so not too bad. Okay, so there we go. We got 20 in each of our melee combat stats. Not too bad. Took about half an hour. Probably not the most efficient way to do that at all, but it is done. We can go ahead and move on to, I think we're going to do some thieving. However, let's go ahead and claim all our points. We ended up getting 40 points for 10 different level 20s, I believe. Not too bad. Only 350 points to go now. Now, the only way to start leveling up your thieving to begin with is by stealing from a man or woman, whatever you're into, I guess. There should be a few around here. There we go. There's a woman right there. We just need to get to level 5 and then we can do the baker's stall. Honestly, at some point I'll need to do this for money. Once you get to 40, I think you can steal from the Kourend guards, which do give you 30 coins at a time, which at least is something. Until you start doing Slayer, there isn't really a good way to make money. But that's kind of where I'd like to go with this account. I really want to do more combat-oriented things. Well, that was pretty quick. We already got to level 5 thieving. That's all we need. And from here, we're just going to steal baked goods all the way till 20, and I'll come back when we're done with that. Okay, so I decided to go all the way to level 40 thieving because I wanted to look up a bit of information, and I think I might need some more gold pretty damn soon. So I think I'll actually need to thieve from the city guards to get anything in the early game. Okay, so we got 40 thieving. That's actually a medium task, I believe. So we can go ahead and claim 50 points, bringing us up to only 290 points left. Now there's a few things I want to do here. First up here, I want to do the client of Kourend and start working on some of these subquests. And as I go to each of these locations to complete the client of Kourend, I'm going to go ahead and do a few things in the area. For example, in Piscalarius, I'm going to go ahead and get a few fishing levels. In the Shazian house, I'm going to go ahead and complete 20% Shazian favor. So I can have access to some early game weapons, because right now there's no real way for me to get them. So how is that for efficiency? We already have the feather we need to complete the quest, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So I went ahead and gathered about 1.5 thousand GP, because that's all I'll really need to buy a mithril scimitar, as well as maybe a few other things. So we're going to start the Client of Kourend quest by talking to Veos. Now once I'm done Client of Kourend, I don't think I'll have any teleports unlocked automatically. However, once I do any of the other subquests, for example Queen of Thieves, which I want to do pretty much right after, I'll have an unlimited teleport to somewhere around here, which is going to save me a ton of time, because right now I'm walking everywhere and, you know, people are making fun of me, so I really want to be able to teleport. Now, I believe there probably are other fishing locations, but the only one I could actually find on the map is right here, and you're actually able to fish shrimp. And before I go up there, I'm actually going to grab a few logs. That way I can cook the shrimp as I get it, get some cooking levels, get a few fire making levels. Okay, we're just AFKing shrimp, and even on Twisted League, kind of slow, unfortunately. But there we go, that is pretty much all we need for now. We already got 20 fishing, which is all we'll need to start with the fly fishing method. Now, unfortunately, I think the only way to get a fly fishing rod is to go into this dungeon, which will require me to complete the Queen of Thieves quest. Not a big deal, a pretty easy quest to at least start at the very least, and that will unlock the teleport here, which definitely going to be worth doing. But for now, I can't actually buy a fly fishing rod, although I do have a lot of feathers for it. Okay, so we're just at the Shazian part of the Client of Kourend quest, and you can see here that we can't actually use the weapon or armor shop, which is very important, because right now I'm using a bronze sword, which is complete ass, so we need to get something else. So since I'm already here and all I need to get is 20% Shazian favor, I'm just going to go ahead and get it. And I think the easiest way to do that is with med packs. Alternatively, you can kill lizardmen, but that's not going to happen right now. So we're actually just going to clear up our inventory a bit. Maybe we should deposit it in the bank. It's pretty damn easy. All we need to do is just use the med packs on fallen soldiers, and we're going to get 0.1%, which granted isn't a lot, but it's still probably quicker than pushing that goddamn plow. Okay, well this wasn't like a super quick stopover or anything. I guess that took me about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Not the longest house favor to gain, but definitely not quick either, and you have to run back and forth between these soldiers a lot. But this should be the last set of med packs, and then we can go buy our mithril scimitar and maybe even a bit of armor as well. Okay, that is going to be it for Client of Kourend. A pretty quick quest, although as a petty walker, it did take a little while. So that is the beginning of the Kourend quest line. Definitely worth getting done early. That way we can go ahead and knock out the other quests as it is convenient. And on top of that, we are also going to get the Kourend's memoirs, or the memoirs, let's call it that. We can wield it. It's an offhand item, so it's kind of nice. And we get 2 antique lamps, which I think I'm going to put one of them into smithing. Because smithing's kind of slow. Oh, you get 5 times the quest experience. I didn't even think about that. We're also going to put one into hunter as well. So it's another 2,500 experience there, which actually got us to 15 in both of those skills. That's very convenient. But what I'm going to go do now is start the Queen of Thieves quest. I might go ahead and finish it for the teleport, but what I really want access to is the fishing shop. It sounds kind of silly, but I think that's the only way to get a fly fishing rod, and also the barbarian fishing rod. Now, one thing I actually just forgot to use is the favor certificate you get for completing Client of Kourend, and we're going to put that into Piscalarius. So we're automatically going to get 20% Piscalarius favor, which is going to allow us to start the quest. I forgot to do that. Also allow us to access the general store, because we do need to make a stew, and I don't want to go buy one. Fuck you. Okay, try number 1. Okay, so I believe we've gotten far enough in this quest that we can now just go through this manhole. Before, it wouldn't actually let you down. Perfect. Now, in here, there's a few shops I need, mainly the fishing shop. Okay, so if we trade the fishmonger, we can buy a fly fishing rod for 6 coins, that's good. And a barbarian fishing rod for 98, which I'll go ahead and buy now. Luckily, we have quite a few feathers already. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish the quest off, because why not? Having the teleport is going to be nice. I guess brutally. Okay. Great. Alright, we are done with the Queen of Thieves quest. That is all I need to do for now. Oh, 10,000 thieving experience. Okay. Nice. And 2,000 coins. That's actually kind of useful. Why are you still here? Okay, I'll go away then. Alright, so that brought us to 44 thieving, which is kind of nice. One thing we can do right here is we can read the Piscalaria's favor certificate, which will automatically give us 10% more in Piscalaria's house. And we can, I think, use the Fisher's Flute on the memoir. Yes, there we go. So now we will have an unlimited teleport to the Piscalaria's dock area. So that's very handy. We're going to keep this on us at all times. Okay, so one thing I should do now is actually claim some tasks, because I've definitely done a few now. So we're at 290 points until the next relic. And now if we claim everything, 240. Okay, we got another 50 points there from, I think, completing a few quests. So now I'm going to go for 40 fishing, or 48 fishing more specifically, so we can start doing the barbarian fishing method, because that's actually the only way to train up agility, and I really want to work on getting my first relic. There is a quick little fishing milestone right there, 40 fishing, which is going to give us another 50 points. That's really awesome. A very quick skill to get up as well. And if we can cut this tree quickly enough, we're actually going to get a cooking level achievement also at the same time. Okay, there's level 40 cooking as well, which means I think we're going to get 100 league points. That's actually really, really good. Quick claim points, 140 points to go. We're getting very close now. This really won't take too long. Alright, so I just kind of cruised through to 48 fishing, which is the requirement for barbarian fishing. Thought I might as well do that now. No points for that or anything, but we can pretty much just leave here now. So I was kind of thinking, what is going to be the easiest way to just get 150 points as quickly as possible? And I think it's maybe just melee. I'm going to go ahead and train on maybe some sand crabs, or maybe moss giants even. The moss giants do drop those big bones, which, you know, I spec'd for that. So I'm going to go back to the armor store, buy the best armor that I can afford, which is not much. Unfortunately, on Zaya, it kind of caps out at steel armor until you start doing clue scrolls or smithing or something like that. Definitely reasonably happy with this. I think we're making pretty good progress. I think doing this day one would have been a lot slower, just because I haven't been competing with anyone over anything. Alrighty, I think we're going to buy a steel chain body, a steel plate leg, and hopefully a steel med helm, although I'm not sure if I can afford that right now. Come on, steel med helm. Ooh, perfect. Leaving us with 45 coins. And this is pretty much going to be our best melee gear for a little while. Oh, yes. So I decided to come over to the sand crabs, at least to get maybe 40 strength. One of the big drawbacks to the sand crabs is that they don't drop bones, which kind of means that my whole point of picking a prayer relic is almost pointless. But now that we have 40 strength, I'm actually just going to whip out here to moss giants, give it a try. I'm assuming that may be still too weak to actually kill them effectively. I'm going to give it a shot anyway. This doesn't seem too bad actually. So how much experience are we going to get from one bone? I'm very curious. We are going to get 300 experience. That is so damn good. Oh my god. And we got a ruby, surprisingly. Okay, we decided to move over to hill giants because, yeah, they are way easier to kill and they drop big bones as well. Now, we really need to upgrade this scimitar as quickly as possible because we do have 40 attack now, which means we can wear rune scimitar. And there are a few different ways to get it in the game. Probably the easiest is going to be the fire giant still. There are some weird skeletons and zombies that drop them, but they actually do a lot of damage. I may give it a try when we get protection prayers, but only 40 points to go now until we can get our next relic. We actually just hit 40 hit points, which is going to be enough. That is going to give us enough points to get our second relic. And now I think we're going to go with the unnatural selection. Not because I necessarily think I'm going to be doing a lot of Slayer, but honestly, I think it's just the best one overall. Farming contracts as well, just going to make it a very useful relic. The other one I was thinking of is maybe the Arcane Courier. Definitely wouldn't want a Hardcore Harvester because that just seems like it's going to slow things down so much. Having to go bank things so frequently and drop things from your inventory. Not my cup of tea, so we're going to go ahead and claim that one. And that is going to be it. Only 790 more points to go. Okay, so I know there's a way to get Kourend to give me higher level tasks, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I think maybe I have to do one task first, because I should have more than 4 available, you would think. But who knows, maybe not. But I mean, there's like fire giants. I don't think those have a Slayer level requirement. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do one task to begin with here. And then we should hopefully be able to change her setting so she will assign me anything. Okay, so we get 175 experience per hill giant kill, so that's not too bad. We're going to fly through these early Slayer levels. Really, we want to get maybe to 55. That'd be pretty good because we could get the broad arrows and the broad bolts at that level, which is going to be very handy. Granted, I do think we need some crafting experience for that, but still. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go to 45 strength for now. I'm kind of leaning towards taking the Way of the Warrior perk. So I don't really want to get too much combat training done before I have that perk because it'll be twice as quick once I get it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to complete as many medium tasks as possible because I think those are going to be the most efficient use of my time right now. But there's a few ones I already have the requirements for, like Thieving from a Master Farmer. Okay, there we go, there's a Master Farmer around here. Let's go ahead and pickpocket him because that's actually a medium task. Okay, let's go ahead and claim a few task points here. We're at 790 for my next relic, and after claiming it, 620. That's actually a really big jump because I think we got 50 points for 40 prayer, 50 points for defense, and 50 points for pickpocketing at farmers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and push these plows back and forth for a while. Ooh, look at that farming experience. Not bad, actually. Because it is the only way to start getting Hosidius House Favor, which at 15% Hosidius Favor, we can unlock the vegetable stall, or the fruit stall. They may be the vegetables too, who knows, which is a medium task, as well as going to be a very quick way to get 60 thieving, which honestly might be worth doing. That is another 50 points and really won't take that long. And we're going to get a little crafting experience here as well, which is good because we need to get at least a 10 crafting before we can do pretty much anything. Now, against my better judgment, I decided to stay here pushing the plows all the way to 15% favor. The reason for that is I think it's one of the only ways to get crafting experience in the beginning. So I didn't actually get level 10 crafted until like 10% Hosidius House Favor. So I decided to, oh my god, I got 2% more. Pfft, see ya. Now what that has done is we can steal from the fruit stall. Perfect. That is another task completed, as well as actually a achievement diary task. Oh, there we go. That is a task. Complete a league task. Steal a Golavona fruit. Whatever the hell that is. And that was only worth 10. Oh, I don't even know, man. Well, I don't really know how slow this is going to be. I've never done it before. We're going to train Hunter a bit by picking up sandworms. Now, this does also give us Piscalarius House Favor, which is an added benefit. I'm going to at least go to 20 and maybe a bit past that if the experience rates aren't too bad. 50 a pop? Doesn't seem too bad. Okay, small dilemma here. Do I go for quicker experience rates by just emptying the buckets? Or do I go for the Piscalarius House Favor? Alright, well, I ended up getting 35,000 experience an hour here, which is pretty good considering this isn't really meant to be a training method normally. Now, I'm just about to hit level 35 Hunter. From here, we're going to go to Mulch Island, and I'm going to go ahead and train Hunter and Fishing at the same time. Get my Hunter to level 40 because we're going to get another task completion for that, and then we're going to go train Barbarian Fishing, which will get our Strength, Agility, and Fishing up, and I think I'm going to go all the way till 60 Fishing. But there we go, that's all we need from here. My god, hate this place, let's leave. Could I have a go with your bird? Whoa. So it's definitely a less AFK way to train your fishing, but we're also going to be getting Hunter experience as well, which is quite good, especially right now considering, oh my god, that's actually really quick. I guess these are just ideal spots to go from because it's close. Because the speed of your bird actually is impacted in the experience rates. And we also want to use a knife on there as well. I think you use a knife on here. Yes, and it'll turn it into a stackable fish chunk. And we're also going to get some cooking experience as well. Now, I think ideally I think last time I actually bought the fish chunks maybe, but this is probably a good way to do it. Once we have a fair bit stacked up, we can just start dropping them. But yeah, look at that. We're getting 79, 80k Hunter experience an hour. That's pretty damn good. So I'll do this till at least 40 Hunter, and then we will go do some Barbarian Fishing, and we'll go from there. That was pretty quick, relatively. We can go ahead and claim a few points. I do like this training method. We're getting about 180k overall, which is quite good. And it is pretty handy to get our hunter up now. So if we get claim points, we're at 610 before, and now we're at 530, getting closer and closer with every level. Hopefully we don't die running through here. I didn't actually bring any food and or anti-poisons, and I'm not really sure where I'm going. Okay, I think this is right. Fortunately, you only have to run through this place once. After you've done it, you can talk to the guide and skip over this entirely. Thankfully, because it's kind of a long ways to run. Once we have unlocked the mountain guide here, he will teleport us back and forth between Shazian, which is extremely important. Please take me back. Okay, good. So I have around 700 feathers. I'm going to use those all up, and maybe that will get me 60 fishing. That would be kind of nice. Well, look at that, guys. We got a dunce random event, which we can pop right into Herblore. So we're going to get 225 Herblore experience. Goodness, 2 levels in one go. That's pretty sweet. Okay, that's a pretty big fishing level coming in. That will let us catch the leaping salmon, which is going to speed things up a lot. Now we're coming down to the 1 hour mark. I guess at this point I may as well stay here to 60 fishing. And then we'll probably find something productive to get as many tasks done in the last hour as possible. I don't think we're going to get the 3rd relic. There is literally 573k worth of magic longbows on the ground right now. Kind of wish I could pick those up somehow. Well, it turns out we actually had pretty much the perfect amount of feathers to get to level 60 fishing. That is another medium task completed. And we can now catch mycel fish. Okay, interesting. So we're going to go ahead and claim our tasks. We should have a few more done. We're at 530 points right now. Once we claim them, 460 to go. Yet we only have around 49 minutes left in the 10-hour video. So I think with the last bit of my time, I'm going to try to get up a few more of my early game stats, because I think that's probably the easiest way for me to get more league points. I'm probably going to go for wood cutting and fire making. I can probably get those to 40 maybe in the last hour, and that would give me another 100 points, which would actually bring me pretty close. Well, that is going to be it, guys. I think this is going to be my last task of this 10-hour playtime, and that is going to be level 40 fire making. Unfortunately, I had to do all this with a bronze axe. I probably would have had 40 wood cutting and fire making had I had a better axe, but there's another task complete, and that is going to be pretty much it for our playtime today. Let's go ahead and claim our points, finishing it up with only 390 points to our 3rd relic. Well, let's have a quick look at our account here. We don't have very much in the bank. We have a very minor amount of armor, but the most important thing here is the stats. We're finishing at 586 total level, which is pretty good. We have 60 fishing as our highest skill, and then we managed to reach 40 in quite a few other ones. I finished quite a few of the medium tasks, as well as a fair few of the easy ones as well. I had a really fun time playing Twisted League. I wanted to at least experience it for a bit and make this one video. But if you guys do like it, I may consider making another one. I just kind of feel like Twisted League content is a bit oversaturated right now. Let me guys know what you think of this video. If you want to see more, definitely leave this video a like. I always appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.